My husband said my cooking was only good enough for pigs. When I first met my husband, I knew he couldn't cook to save his life. But what I didn't expect was how much that would eventually hurt me. See, I'm from another country. The food I grew up with, the spices, the flavors, they mean home to me. But he never really liked it. He'd make these faces, pick at it, and say things like, it's okay, I guess, just different. So I stopped cooking my food. I wanted to make him happy. He lived on takeout, fast food, and frozen dinners, and I hated seeing that. So I decided to learn his family's recipes, the ones he grew up eating. I studied his mom's cooking, watched YouTube videos, messed up 1,000 times, and finally, I got it right, and he loved it. He'd kiss me after dinner and say, you're getting so good at this. He'd text me from work, saying he couldn't wait to come home to my cooking. It made me feel proud, like I'd done something good for us. Then came that night. We were at his parents' house for dinner. His mom made a roast, his dad was pouring wine, and everyone was laughing. It was nice, loud, warm, familiar. I finished eating before him, so I excused myself to go wash my hands. As I was walking back, I heard his dad teasing him. You're eating like you haven't had a proper meal in days. Doesn't your wife feed you? And my husband, he laughed. He said, oh, she cooks, yeah, but what she makes could only be fed to pigs, not humans. I froze. My whole body went cold. For a second, I thought I misheard him, but then his dad chuckled, and my husband, kept talking, joking like I wasn't even there. I walked back into that dining room, and the look on his face when he saw me, that little flicker of panic, told me everything. I didn't yell, I didn't cry, I just said calmly, if that's how you feel, you can cook for yourself from now on. His mother gasped. His dad looked down. My husband tried to laugh it off. Babe, come on, I didn't mean it like that, but I was already grabbing my purse. Enjoy the rest of your dinner, I said, and I left. When he came home later that night, he was angry. He said, you embarrassed me in front of my family. I said, you insulted me in front of yours. He told me I took it the wrong way, that it was just a joke, that he was trying to protect my feelings by laughing it off. I asked him how calling my food pig food was protecting me. He didn't have an answer. He just said, you're overreacting. You know I eat your food even though it's still not perfect. Not perfect. That's what broke me. Not just the insult, but the way he made it sound like feeding him was an obligation I kept failing at. Like he was doing me a favor by eating what I made. So I stopped. No breakfast, no dinner, no lunch packed for work. I cooked for myself. My food, my spices, my flavors, the ones he never appreciated. At first he laughed about it, said I was being dramatic. But after 2 days of instant noodles and takeout, the laughter stopped. On the third day, he didn't come home. When I called, he said he was staying with his dad for a while, that he needed space. I told him, take all the space you want. He said, you really gonna starve me over one comment? I said, I'm not starving you. You just finally have to feed yourself.